intro.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to an emergency episode of the Loose Laces podcast. This is episode 70. This is going to be either the greatest or dumbest fucking episode of our lives. Niggas had to do this on the fly. We were supposed to have a lawyer on, but that was too short notice. Shit got fucked up. I don't want you to take this as us being upset. We just had to record because, nigga, I'm hyped.
Yeah, everybody's business is a business, so everyone has to keep their interests in mind.
Exactly.
So it's all good.
So it's even better. You have two non-legal niggas to talk about a legal situation. So let's get this wrong and get sued. I'm Davon, and I'm joined by I don't even know what the fuck to call you right now.
No, look, I am Shad Santana because the only thing that could save this nigga right now is diplomatic immunity, all right? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
It makes even more sense now.
It's the only thing that he is.
It's I can't wait for y'all niggas to see this episode and see what the fuck he has on. I didn't want to explain it. I just want niggas to see it. Alright, so
This is hard.
it is. I'm mad I actually want a Bullets jersey, but not that one. Like I wanted when it was in Baltimore. Fuck DC.
You hating. You dick eating.
I'm dick eating for Baltimore? You know, I'll take that charge. But that's beside the point. We're not doing none of our normal shit. This might be a long or short episode, but we just had to get in here and talk about it.
So I guess I'll go ahead and state it. So if you aren't made aware, the owner of Social Status as well as several other businesses is facing, I would say, is it money laundering?
It's money laundering, tax evasion, probably some more shit. Like,
Bro.
so did you read the entire court thing?
Yes.
Okay, so you can give a better synopsis than I can.
Okay, so hold on. My iPad is updating right now.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
No, it just kept popping up on shit.
Yeah, it's just being stupid. But from what I was gathering from it, shout out to the homie Lex who dropped the pretty much the court filing in the Discord. He sent me the link, and it just looks insane. Like it lists more than James. There are actually like several other people, a lot of other people, and it makes it look like James was pretty much the front man for this whole operation of pretty much it's an exchange. Like goods, limited sneakers and clothes were sold or given to, I guess, some China representatives in exchange, but it was like almost to wash the money.
Yeah, okay. Nigga, you're doing a bad job.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, so basically what it's come down to is this isn't about James. This isn't about backdooring. Ultimately, what this case is about is money laundering and international shenanigans. What happened here is Chinese niggas were trying to get Chinese currency out of the country, and they came to the U.S. and they were buying goods with with money, with U.S. money. They're basically trying to launder their money from illicit activities. They alluded to drugs, and they also mentioned prostitution directly, saying that is how they got the money. The carriers were out here pimping, selling drugs, doing illicit activity, as the government loves to say. And they were taking that illicit money to then buy limited products from James & Co. He had a homie that was setting up the organization and everything, and James was taking the shoe orders.
Yeah, Mr. Antoine Freeman.
Yeah. So,
AKA Freeman from New Jersey.
Nah. Oh yeah. All the AKAs in the fucking filings are amazing. But this nigga James is really caught up because he's prominent. And what he was doing is wild as fuck. Because the government is like, we do not want those dirty dollars in our account.
Yeah.
And people keep talking about tax evasion, that they're also not covering bank secrecy laws. Basically, bank secrecy laws are when you are not caught up, but when you go to the bank and make a deposit, especially a cash deposit, if it's $10,000 or more, they have to report it to the government. And a lot of people try to circumvent that. they'll lie or they'll do broken up deposits. Like you'll see someone come in, hello, I'd like to deposit $8,000. And then 2 days later, I'd like to deposit $3,000.
Right.
And they'll think they've outsmarted the government and the bank will report you. There's also things such as know your customers' laws. So that's why the bank asks you questions to try to figure out what you're using the bank account for. Are you a college student? Are you a business owner? Are you a drug dealer? They basically do all of this to stop money laundering. It's not even really to get you to pay taxes. It's just to catch money launderers because money laundering is cash. Mm-hmm. So with James receiving so much cash, him and his mans got caught up trying to transfer it. And the government is like, these niggas did not have the proper rights to transfer the money the way they did. They were lying to the banks.
It was like 1.2 mil that got flagged, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more, but that's what they caught from what I understand.
Yeah.
But they were saying that he lied to PNC and other banks for years on end. And that's what's really fucking him up. Now, from what I understand, he's not really the target of this investigation.
Yeah, he's just the front man because he owns all these businesses.
Right, and he was the one network. getting the money. So, I mean, yeah, people are going to say it's because he's not paying taxes. And the IRS is probably going to be on his ass for that. But I think everybody needs to understand that the government does not give a fuck about sneakers. The government doesn't give a fuck about anything else. It's just a matter of this fallout happened to be with one of the biggest sneaker retailers. Bless you. What was it, the cough?
It was a cough.
Regardless, bless you. So it's crazy that this all would happen right here and right now. And it has so many implications for what has happened in the past with AMM. All the allegations, because I know there's a spaces going on right now where niggas are talking about they would pull up the social status and James would place orders for shoes based on orders from retailers.
Wow. Okay, that's a little weird. The thing is, like, some of the stuff, all right, as an outsider looking in, right? Mm-hmm. If you told me James was selling stuff to people in China, especially if it's limited goods and whatnot, I've seen that before. Like, yeah. I've seen it plenty of times. I had an ex who worked at a high-end store, and she would get Chinese buyers all the time that would try to bulk buy like certain items. And this is like in Tyson's Corner Galleria.
Yeah, it's cheaper to buy in the U.S.
Right, and just, go home with it. So it probably doesn't seem like, I don't know, it depends on just how you look at it. Like, I've seen it all the time. And so I wouldn't think anything like that is weird off the rip. If anything, all you're doing is just counting out you're cutting out the counterfeit middleman, right? Or you're getting something that you can go ahead and take back. Nowadays, it's a little bit weird, especially with sneakers. Like, fake sneakers are usually manufactured way before they actually drop, especially fake ones. They just get that one rep and then they just start manufacturing that, and they just try to beat the real ones to the punch. But when it comes to like this whole China thing, I was trying to figure out what the crime actually was, other than money laundering. So you just trying to like clean your money? Like, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the Chinese buyers, especially the fresh ass international students that you see in New York or major cities, you're not thinking of money laundering. But when you're getting money from someone, you really don't give a fuck where it came from.
Right.
I highly doubt that this nigga James was up there like, yeah, put them bitches on the track.
Right.
Get me this bread, sell that meth. It's just a matter of you knew you were wrong in one avenue versus multiple, like how deep it went down. Had that nigga kept his nose clean, none of this would have fallen back on him.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was breaking his Nike contract, what they made abundantly clear in that filing, like the Oregon-based company he had a contract with didn't allow him to resell to other manufacturers or out of the country.
And that's what it was. Like, he tried to cut Nike out. Where, like, for instance, the Tiffany Air Force Ones, all right? Mm-hmm. If Tiffany had Air Force Ones, Nike is ceding them to all the other brands that are dropping the Tiffany forces. It's not Tiffany that's doing it. So James in turn is getting all these shoes, and instead of Nike giving a couple size runs to bait, AMM is doing it. That way the Whitaker Group is doing it instead of Nike.
Well,
and instead he's doing it to like at most Japan or some shit. And Nike's like, no, nigga, that's not what we said.
No, it's not even that. So first off, let's say allegedly, because niggas like to sue. But what it comes down to is Nike doesn't care one way or the other because you got to pay wholesale to them. But I think it's funny because I've been thinking about this for a while. Why in the fuck does the Whitaker Group have so many stores when all of their stores suck? Because it's not just AMM, it's Social Status. It's the other fucking store that APB nobody gives a fuck about. And apparently there's another store. And there's a bunch of them that are just popping up all across the country. And I was thinking to myself, why does this nigga keep opening stores? But it makes sense to me now, and I could be completely off track. But since he's a big retailer, all of this stuff sells through. I imagine he's paying his bills potentially and getting more and more Nike stuff because he seems to regularly get Nike stuff, especially with his connection with Jordan directly. I think he was opening and expanding to look more successful and to get access to more pairs to sell on the back end. Because I was asking people on Twitter, outside of AMM releases, have you ever gotten a W for a hype shoe from AMM?
No, we've been saying that for months. For damn near almost 2 years now.
For years. Because I've never seen anyone get a Travis. I've never seen them get like a collaboration Air Force, Dunks, like GR or limited Dunks they might have released. Mm-hmm. But every time they did a raffle, if they released something from the raffle, they did it after it was supposed to go out from people being auto-charged. They would load it up and then it would instantly sell out. And people are like, what the fuck is happening? So now it makes sense that they can track the sales of these things happening on the back end. Because like I hit a pair of Jackie Robinson Dunks from AMM once when they did that stupid shit. But I just thought it was really suspicious that nobody won. But nobody could really prove anything because it's not like you couldn't get shit from there.
Right.
And I was saying like we need to keep the same energy we had for Marcus Jordan that we do for
AMM.
Yeah. Because I'm like, he's actually worse than Marcus.
Oh, James, my bad.
Yeah, James is fucking worse than Marcus. Marcus comes in, does his little stupid shit. Nobody gives a fuck about trophy room. AMM is consistently in your face doing all this shit while stealing from us. Well, not stealing from us per se.
No, but I mean, it's frauding the culture. Like if you're gonna get this release, you're gonna say that you're gonna have it, and you want us to solicit your business, and then you turn around and you're not even giving us a fair chance because you have this this fraud business that you got going on allegedly behind the scenes. Like my nigga, like what's up? Like this is really good.
It makes sense.
It makes sense for niggas that's trying to pay bills. Like, of course, we're gonna backdoor pairs, but then when you actually find out what's going on, like, oh, this is what's behind the curtain.
Well, I mean, outside of their releases, did you ever frequent AMM?
I would like to.
Yeah, but I mean,
but them niggas ain't friendly to size 13 niggas. So
yeah, but I mean, outside of their collaborations, have you ever went like, yeah, I want to buy something from AMM?
Me personally, yeah.
Okay, because like I've been talking a lot about this because it's things that I've had but I haven't said yet because I'm like, am I an asshole because I don't be hitting, or these niggas really just that fucking stupid? Because someone was saying stores can't survive without backdooring anymore.
I truly and honestly do. I'm not going to say I believe that, but I understand the desire to just like, yo, we need to make this bread as soon as possible because these companies that we giving our dollars to ain't finna back us up. And it's a fucked up situation to be in. I do think you could move with a little bit more integrity, but that's hard for me to say because I'm not a business owner.
Okay. So I don't think every store needs to backdoor per se. Mm-hmm. Because, to be fair, Nike feeds most of these stores garbage. Adidas isn't paying the bills. Clothes, depending on where your prices are, you can move. But when I look at stores that are really community focused and have built customer loyalty, like I was comparing A&M to Premier. A&M charges high rates for shipping, even though I was making jokes on that nigga Roscoe, because he's fucking stupid. He's an idiot. But they charge $20 shipping, flat rate. It doesn't matter how much it costs, it's $20 shipping. And then they take 2 weeks to ship, and they ship ground. And depending on where you are, that might fuck you up. It might be an additional week for it to get to you if you're on the other side of the country from their distribution center. They don't reply to emails. They don't have good releases. Outside of their own shit, there's nothing to buy from them. Their in-house label is expensive as shit. And I'll say this, it's worth it. But outside of me, have you ever seen a nigga with an A&M product?
Nah, I don't really see too much A&M in the wild.
Yeah, they don't promote it. So people don't understand why this t-shirt costs $175. Their big brand, like their collaboration with, I believe, Lawn Vaughn, nobody gave a fuck about, because it's like, why would I buy an A&M Lawn Vaughn shirt when I don't even buy Lawn Vaughn itself?
Yeah.
And somebody in the space was saying it, like, they don't target the right demographic. You're seen as a sneaker store, not as a luxury store.
Right. Yeah.
So they're not running that store the way that it should be. If they really wanted to go forward with this, they should be running everything like a social status, and A&M should be much smaller for a target demographic of fashion, drug dealing, rich niggas, versus them trying to be the premier black people store, versus Premier, that is a grassroots shop that, for the most part, anybody that shops there loves them. I send them an email, I get an email back within the next day or so. They have an answer, they're very courteous. Even if you're not in their VIP program, if you ask them for something that might not be on the site or was only in the store and they still have it in stock, they'll sell it to you. And they'll ship it same day. They typically have great selection, and they just look out for you. Like, it's the only store I can think of where I can email them and ask them about something that I saw in Japan, if it's coming to their store. And they'll say yes or no, and then I'll buy it from them. Even if it costs more there, I'll buy it from them because they take care of me. And not in the sense of, oh, I get dunks, but they respond to me. They care. They ship in a timely fashion. And they even remember me. They be like, oh yeah, I saw you ordering so much stuff. We put like an extra t-shirt in the order for you because we appreciate you looking out for us. I'll buy their in-house brand even if I don't want to wear it.
That's
just
tough.
Yeah. So it's just like, if brands did more to satisfy customers, you would be happy.
But also understand, how many niggas are like you?
It's a lot.
Dog, I don't think on a day-to-day basis it's a lot of niggas that are going to be like you, where they're going to shop exclusively to this store. Like most people, whenever they buy shit, especially with the way things are bought it now, yo, I'm just buying from anywhere that can satisfy this at this second. Yeah. Everyone is just gimme, instant gratification. Yo, you know what? All these niggas don't really care about the culture like that. These niggas don't care about this store. As long as they get their shoes, they happy. Fuck it. We doing what we gotta do too. So we gonna care about ourselves.
Well, that's how department stores lasted for as long as they have. People go to stores that make them happy. I'm not saying niggas that are into the same shit like me are everywhere. But what I'm saying is, that's why loyalty programs exist.
Right.
That's why stores have store credit cards. Stores build loyalty through great customer service. You go to a high-end store, you got somebody that's standing there, they're knowledgeable, they're courteous, they're versus you go to a shop like A&M, Cream, Exhibition, any of these shitty little boutiques. You go to the store, niggas are standing there.
Because what incentive? Like, come on, man. Like we just seen. That's why you got this nigga Keith Lee to exist, because he over here talking about, oh, what family businesses do you know need some support, need some sort of promo, and they give awesome customer service and the food be rocking, but niggas just don't know or don't fuck with it, or it's just a little joint in the pocket. The minute he says something, all of a sudden everybody want to flock to it. But let's see what happens 6 months later on down the road.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that niggas are only giving good customer service because they're not known. I look at it like this. If you're a smart business owner, because that actually leads into my next point. James Whitner is not as smart as he makes himself seem. I'm going to just say it. Fuck it. I don't think he's as smart as he seems, because I remember when you got me to watch one of his free games, it was a lot of good talk. I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's an idiot. I'm not saying that he's stupid. I'm just saying he's not
a street nigga, dog.
And that's where he fucked up. All right, hear me out.
He's a street nigga. This nigga is Jay-Z without the bars. And Beyonce.
And Beyonce?
And Beyonce.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, I think if people really have to look at what he does. Like when he was talking about, yo, I used to be out in the street with a hammer and nail. Like certain terms that he uses, especially him coming from Pittsburgh. Like I get it. I get why a person like him kind of rose to prominence, and the certain connections and what he did to kind of get these certain relationships. And even with Jordan, like everybody knows, if you know, like Jordan got his hands in a little bit of the underworld, like with his whole gambling shit.
Got his father clapped.
That was so unnecessary. But even like Eastside Golf, like I think it's Eastside Golf, right? Mm-hmm. Detroit. So him collaborating with black people, black golfers. Like it's one of those things where you gonna cross paths at the weirdest places, dog. It was a nigga. The nigga broke up a fight between Charleston White and Whack 100. Like, yo, what the fuck were them niggas doing by Michael Jordan? You know what I mean? Like, it's the weirdest thing. But he's always in like these certain places, and if your business is right or you talk a good game, the nigga's willing to listen. That's why this nigga had to sell the Charlotte Hornets, because he had to pay a nigga back.
Allegedly. I don't believe that. I don't believe that story.
I kind of do.
I mean, you never know.
That nigga don't. I mean, he's a billionaire now, but he definitely has made like a few bad decisions in his lifetime.
Yeah. But what I'm saying about James is, I never understood where he was going, because during that free game, he was saying our biggest problem is we have too much inventory, and that's not exclusive to him. But he said that, and then I saw him do more collaborations, bring on board more brands, take on more inventory, do more collaborations with Nike. And it's like, why do you keep expanding if you have too much? At some point, you have to look at what you have, see what stock is stale, and move accordingly. Like, and this is me talking as a small business owner. I've never been on the scale that he is. But once I get to a certain point, I stop buying glasses. I stop buying shoes. I need to get rid of this before all of this stagnates and I'm stuck with the bill. And then to address that, he does it in the dumbest way possible. He makes more stores, thus more overhead, to have, off season?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you open a physical sales store instead of just making a sale, like how Bape has the pirate store? That's their sales site. Why would you make a separate site? Because I'm like, are you trying to hide the fact that you're discounting these luxury goods so that your luxury partners don't get upset? Or are you just that fucking stupid? Because it doesn't make sense to make a physical store in these random cities that niggas can't access. Because when I saw them talking about off-season, I'm like, okay, there's probably some shit that I want from A&M from there that I'll buy. Oh, it's offline only. In 2022, 2023, you have an offline only sale? That makes no fucking sense unless your whole operation is centered in one store. That's dumb. And then when they do have sales, they have 15% off.
Yeah, it's not really...
It's not worth it when it's like, okay, all of the stuff that's on sale for 15% off, it's at another store for a deeper discount.
40.
Yeah, like I can just go to Bloomies and get this Rude sweatshirt for a better price, and I'll probably get it next day compared to waiting 2.5 weeks from A&M. So it's like, it just didn't make sense that he just kept hammering down on this. And it's like, you have the money, you have the connections, why not change things up? Why not change some stores from an A&M to a social status? Because the social status made much more sense for the demographic that he's in. Because if you ask the average person what AMM is, they're gonna say it's a sneaker store, not a luxury goods store. It's a sneaker store. Which
fucking sucks because that top floor in DC was stupid. Like when I actually seen the LV Virgil joint, varsity jacket.
Oh yeah,
bro. And it sucks because you're not going to get.
I gotta get my water.
But you good? It's not going to be too many places where you're going to have a quote unquote luxury experience and be able to shop for the latest greatest sneakers, or even like have a chance to get some Rick Owens. Is all in the same place. Like that shit is hard to even see in person. And so to actually offer that, but people I guess don't really go there. Like it's on 8th Street. It's hard.
It's
to
a
get
horrible location.
Like that's a spot that needs to be like in Chevy Chase. But then if you have a lineup for a Saturday morning for pickup, even though they have the appointment system where you don't even have to do that, that's where that's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be on 8th Street, which is fucked up.
Because when I went to AMM, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to see some fly shit. You're next to this ghetto ass Popeyes and a fucking
like the Popeyes that went viral for rats having a circus up in there.
Yeah, but what was it? What's the Pep Boys?
Yeah, the Pep Boys across the street, the sticky rice right there.
There's none of this. One of these things is not like the other.
It's not even on like the great. It's not even on the upper scale side of 8th Street where you're closer to Union Station. That shit is like dead smack in the middle where niggas get their car towed.
Yeah, like no, this whole situation is horrible. If I'm a luxury nigga from DC, I'm not going there. Like I'd rather get my shit delivered. Or maybe I'm wrong. I'm not from DC.
Nah, in all honesty, I think. Well, I haven't really been critical of the location on this show, but I definitely have felt like, yo, AMM needs to be. They either need to be in Chevy Chase, they need to be in City Center, like
they need to
by
be
Chinatown or something like that. But where they're at, like where there isn't really the greatest amount of. Well, there is foot traffic, but it's just so weird.
It's foot traffic,
so weird, and it don't match up.
Yeah, the foot traffic there would not go with that store.
Social status would though.
And that's what I'm saying. Because now I can speak to this from experience. When I had my store in Miami, we are a luxury store on I think it was 10th and Washington. I didn't know shit about Miami. My partner was like, "This is a great location. It's right next to the beach. It's next to Live. It's lit." When I went there, it's a like dilapidated fucking tattoo shop. There's like novelty shops. We're in the poor part of Miami Beach. And people are walking in, sunglasses store. Oh, I'll pay $20, get me a pair of glasses. They see Cartier, Alpina, Cazal, all kinds of shit. And then they see the price tag and they're like, oh shit, that's $1,000. No. And they will walk out and go to the right end across the street and get some cheapies. And it's like the foot traffic, the location, none of this makes sense as a business.
Right.
So everything James has done has been stupid because you're confusing the people. There's no reason that you have the Lux store doing the same thing as the regular nigga store. To me, I feel like AMM should have been treated as a separate entity. AMM shit stays on the AMM site. Social status stays on the social status site. APB is just for welfare niggas.
And it's messed up because they put the APB, I think, at the National Harbor in DC when that would have been better suited for AMM.
Yeah, that would have made so much more for AMM.
And I was like, wait, I was like, yo, did you know there's an APB store? And I didn't even know. The shit popped up out of nowhere. And I'm trying to think, why would you have AMM within 20 minutes of an APB, and then you put social status, and that was how we found out that they're all like individually owned.
Yeah, that they have individual owned. Him franchise, that goes back to my point. He's treating it like a street nigga, getting franchisees, rather like getting franchisees in not the best position to win.
Yeah.
If he franchised this the right way, like that social status should have been an APB in Baltimore. No, it's good as a social status.
I was gonna say it's fine.
Yeah. That location makes sense. Is it inconvenient to get to? Yeah,
yes.
But I'm already. If I'm going downtown, I'm probably catching an Uber to begin with. So,
bruh, that shit. you don't even know it's there unless you know.
Yeah, but you're not going to that part. Or you might walk in. The prices are fair enough that, I came in to drink, but you know what? I seen a chick. Let me get a new shirt. Hello. This is my drinking attire. It's just everything that he's done now reframes it, and it makes me think like this nigga really isn't that genius that he tries to present himself as.
I mean, he was treating his spots like laundromats. I mean, or mattress spots.
No, you said it best. That nigga was in there laundering money. I mean, all right, guys, we're supposed to be getting Tiffany Air Forces, but we ain't getting Tiffany Air Forces. You hear me, my nigga?
Yeah, like you could kind of again. This kind of makes it just it makes you look at this situation in a very funky light. Like no matter how you slice it, no matter how guilty or compliant he is in the illegal operations or knowledgeable of what he was actually doing.
Allegedly.
I mean, you just have to let's have a little bit of fun. Let's have a little bit of fun. All right.
Listening.
So, if you had to name a shoe for the next AMM collab, which model would you pick and how would it look? Because I got one in mind.
For me, it would be the Air Decade. Is that the one from the?
Oh my god!
Because I'm killing myself. Boom!
This nigga really did the Jim Jones shit. You a nasty nigga.
You know what's fucked up? The only reason I care or even know about Jim Jones is because my mother said I had sideburns like him. Also, this was Heaven's Gate. Jim Jones was Jonestown.
Oh yeah, my bad.
I know my cult leaders.
My bad.
All right, what's yours?
I think they need to redo what the Jordan 17 low is. I think.
Go ahead.
I think they need to do a white base pair with orange highlights, and they need to have a chrome sock liner to represent the cuffs around this nigga's ankles. And then the promo is just
the IRS was not made for the black man. Oh my god. Another bit of fun trivia. This nigga's wearing social status pins and I'm wearing AMM 3s. We still support you, James. You was trying to buy NBC.
Hey, free my nigga James for real, yo.
All they did was wash a little money.
Pittsburgh up. Real niggas can't be held down, you know what I mean?
Chinese niggas had everything to do with it.
Put money on his books.
Yo, he can make the commissary pack. Alright, hear me out. What if they brought back the escape pack for the Air Force? All
right. That's crazy.
Much like my ancestors, we are escaping the allegations. Actually, speaking of allegations, them niggas shutting their entire Discord down.
Fam.
Love it.
They really got to go back and like make sure there is nothing incriminating.
Everything is incriminating. You know what the funniest part? Like the little bit of the spaces that we watched or I heard about with niggas coming in and self-snitching like, yo, James and them let me order whatever. Just like with Marcus Jordan, niggas gonna talk. Niggas gonna start. That's why I would never backdoor. Like, when we get our sneaker collab, I'm gonna openly say, friends and family, but I'm not gonna sell to any of these niggas, even if I was desperate, because they always going, y'all niggas, not sneaker leakers, resellers need to learn to shut their fucking mouth. Just shut up.
How do you think does this put a black eye on anybody else that is like potentially backdooring?
Nigga, it put everybody on notice.
Cause them not at first, James not being named. I know plus it's a civil suit, so like it's so fucking weird. It's so weird. But I think him not being named, I think it was the immediate, like Nike probably saw this coming down the pipeline and was like, oh shit, let's go ahead and protect him just to see how this plays out. Like, how bad is it? And then them niggas backed off like he was Jonathan Majors. It was like, oh no, nigga.
I mean, well, what I'm wondering is,
you talking about drugs and prostitutes? You having that much fun?
Yeah, I don't know how Nike's going to respond to this because all I can think to myself is...
he cooked. He cooked. They about to pull a Kyrie with that nigga.
I mean, they're going to have to hit him with the we're reviewing our relationship because at this point, it's not even the releases. The general public is going to hear prostitution used to buy Nike shoes.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is your man's?
Dog.
This you? Like, how do you come back from that?
You can't. And this is coming from a guy that's revered by the entire sneaker community. Like,
I don't know if I say revered.
He is. He was just he was recognized at the Detroit.
He's not revered by the Loose Laces podcast, and that's the highest honor you can get.
That nigga, all he had to do was just send you a couple pair of shoes. You'd be like, "Yo, you know what, James? I fuck with you." Come on, man. Let's be serious now.
No, let's be honest. I've hit every pair that I wanted from them. My issue always comes back to: it's great I can hit your shit, but what about everything else? Because it should not be this fucking hard to win a raffle from A&M for some shit that's worthwhile. They're the dirtiest niggas in the game. And all I can... Well, one of. Because people have... one of. But people have been saying it for years openly. It's an open secret that this nigga backdoors. That he cheats, that he does this. But now to prove... Allegedly, we can now definitively say...
Yeah.
Every raffle...
into China.
Yeah, but every raffle was bullshit. Because that also makes me sit up here and think to myself, is Nike going to continue forward with its mandated raffles?
Dog, them niggas is about to do DTC, and EQL is about to be snitching on everybody.
Well, if anybody was
shout out to EQL.
Yeah, anybody who's listening, the holidays messed up the schedule, so we're gonna do that next week. I do want to ask, like, if they can even tell us, like, can you confirm that someone actually has stock, or is there some sort of penalty for canceling a raffle? Because I know that me and David actually hit a Cold Wall Air Max Pluses from A&M because they were the only people to list them like 6 months early, and they canceled our orders. I asked to cancel because I accidentally hit 4 pairs.
God damn.
I thought they were going to be super limited and people were hyped for them. And then David actually hit the pair that he wanted, and they held his money for 3 weeks and they canceled them. So I was like, is it possible? Because, again, I've only heard of people getting canceled from EQL on A&M. Are they just canceling orders? Like they're succeeding with the order and they're canceling the orders so they can say, well, we did have the raffle, but we had logistical issues and we couldn't hold their money that long. Because like it's so many issues with raffles. Of course, a retailer can sell you a pair of shoes and then pull a goat and then never ship the shoes to our goat. I hit those Miro 7s. They're fucking gross. But I hate them. I've never liked them.
They fire.
I've never liked them.
Fire.
Well, they're going to be fire money. Or give me ideas on how to give these shoes away.
Yeah, you was already saying if you buy a pair of Dunhills, you'll throw in the Miro 7s for free.
Yeah, nobody took me up on it.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, I'm going to charge $1,000 for these. You could get them for $600. And a pair of sunglasses.
But back on topic. Matter of fact, you want to know something that I kind of thought of that I remembered? My man's was on, he was getting interviewed by Complex and saying that, yo, we spend $500,000 on release day. Yeah, bot protection and release day. And everybody was like, nigga, I'm calling Cat. And you were like, you believed him.
No, I believe him.
But now it's like, even that has to be questioned. Because nobody else has said anything. Especially when it's like, my nigga, no one hits on any raffles. So what the fuck? I know. Bot protection is way different from raffles.
No, that's not what I'm saying, but please continue. I'm sorry.
Nah, but I mean, even that has to be called into question now because no other retailer has said, you know what, James is right. Y'all niggas don't know how much we actually spend to protect or this, that, and the third. Or like when they want us to put money up. Like that would have quieted a lot of shit, a lot of complaints as far as just people adapting to the game and just this whole reseller shit now. Like before, like when the market was booming. Okay,
so I look at A&M like an abusive relationship. I'm not being funny when I say this.
They give Nike like that.
Yeah, they give you the stick and the carrot. When you go to AMM for other releases, smack, 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 smack. Hello, James. I would like Travis Scott ones. Smack, smack, smack. I would like any fucking shoe that's hot. Smack. But then when it comes to AMM, it's the card. All day, every day, all I see is people hit raffles. You hit the in-store raffle for AMM drops. You hit the online raffle. You hit the Discord raffle. And then when it comes to his actual releases, his releases are buttery smooth.
Yeah.
That's why I say I believe him. But when you think of people, when people think of AMM and shoes, they think, oh yeah, I hit the 1s, I hit the 2s, I hit the 3s, I hit the 4s, I hit the 5s, social status, I hit all this stuff. Unless you need a rare size, you hit on AMM. So people don't complain as much because their releases in their shoes are some of the best collaborations out. I'm not mad that I got my 3s. You saw how crazy I was going for them 3s.
Hell yeah.
You saw niggas getting they're getting trans women to go into the store like, yeah, I need a size 12.
It was the shoe of the year.
Yeah.
And that's the one we actually agree with. Like, couldn't beat it.
I mean, I have liked majority of their releases. Mm-hmm. Now, them 13s, you should have fired the fucking design team. But again, when it comes to AMM releases, you get it. And that's what keeps people happy. What?
AMM 13s.
12s. Oh, sorry. All of those shoes are trash anyway. But when it comes to AMM releases, you're almost guaranteed to get them. The only way to not hit on like a desirable AMM shoe is to be stupid or unlucky.
Or broke.
Well, yeah, but I'm not counting that. Because if you can't hit first come, first serve on AMM, you don't need to be going for shoes. It's that fucking easy.
Yeah, I'd say, look, when I was in the queue for, I think the 4s, my nigga, I was in the queue for 20 minutes and still hit. When I hit, I damn near almost crashed because I forgot I was even in the queue.
Yeah, you didn't expect it. Nigga, when I got my 3rd pair, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm special.
And I'm a size 13, so.
Yeah, so I think it just comes down to James knew enough to keep people satisfied with the hot shit that he was making, but he's like, one for y'all, all for me. So he kept making money. He's always gonna make money. It's just crazy. It's crazy that he had all this shit set up. And with raffles, you can't disprove. Like, you can't say that Sneaker Twitter is the only place where you can definitively find someone got the shoe. Maybe a whole bunch of hillbilly random niggas hit. Maybe it all went to VIPs. It's a mystery. I think now, allegedly, we can definitively say this nigga was out here faking a funk with all of those fucking raffles.
So where do you think they go from here? Because
down. I mean, at this point, even if people don't read the court case, even if he doesn't get charged directly, and even if Nike doesn't cut ties with him, this happened at the worst possible time for him. The 5s bricked. The 5s sat. Nobody wanted them. The 12 sat. Nobody wanted them. AMM they're not popping their pussy like they used to. So nobody cares anymore. You're not excited for that. Social status. Y'all niggas still dropping these these Mac attacks?
Mac attacks, yeah.
Damn, niggas keep those. Nobody wants the dunks. I mean, well, I'm not saying that they had dunks coming, but nobody cares. Nobody likes them because I've never heard anybody say, I'm sure glad I bought insert item from social status. It got hit quickly.
Bruh, anything I've tried to get from social status from the Baltimore location, like ever since it dropped, has been...
Yeah, it's all useless. So with them losing favor and not producing hot shit anymore, nobody's screaming they made Thriller anymore. Now it's after Michael Jackson stopped making hits. Niggas looking at you funny. You used to be great. Not saying that Michael Jackson ever wasn't great. But now you're not giving us what we want anymore. That dopamine ain't hitting like it used to. You saw niggas giving away invoices for the 5s for free. Like, hey guys, I got 2 or 3 invoices. Anybody want it? There's no recovering from this. With their Discord, because their Discord was already kind of unruly. I actually got banned for calling them out on a previous raffle for the JFG 550s.
Okay.
Because everybody got the 2002 Rs, but nobody got the 550s.
Word.
So I don't see you recovering from this. Customer trust is shot. And if I was Nike, look, you cool and all, but we gotta spank you a little bit, because now all the other retailers like Nike, y'all let this nigga fly. Everybody's gonna be like, if I don't hit, y'all did this. And this court case gives a little credence to niggas screaming, backdoor, backdoor. So
at least he got to sit down for a year.
Yeah.
At the very minimum.
They got to treat him like Travis Scott.
Shit. Do you think a retail business can handle sitting down for a year? A business like the Whitaker Group?
No! Like, let's be honest. When it comes to general fashion shoes, Nike is it. And you need to satisfy a specific type of customer. My mom is not going to A&M for shoes. When my mom needs shoes, she buys them directly from Nike, Foot Locker, or if it's some jiggy shit, like when she saw my Wabi Sabi Air Maxes, she came to her son. But she is the regular customer. She's not going to them. She's not buying luxury goods from them. She'll go to the department store.
Yeah, like me personally, I am like I gotta go to the store. Like the penny ones are out right now, black, white, and yellow. Me personally, I'm gonna go to a Foot Locker that has them. I'm gonna pull up and buy them versus waiting for shipping. By the way, I definitely ordered 2 pairs of those Royal ones. One pair came, the joint that came to your crib, but the other pair definitely got stolen. So fuck the post office. But I'm the type of person, like, I'll pull up to the store to buy it just because I am an instant gratification person. I hate waiting, even if I just put them in my closet to sit. However, I say that to say the social status in Baltimore, even if I wanted to get something there, like, it's such a hassle. I gotta go there. I gotta find parking. I gotta pay for parking. Then I gotta walk on that fucked up cobblestone with my bad knees. And I'm like, I gotta hope that they have it in my size, because I haven't had the best run with size 13 shit there.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a hassle.
It's a hassle. And to your point, you just want pennies. And I'm not saying you're not fresh, but you don't care. Like, you just love pennies for pennies. Right. You don't care that it's a collaboration. So if you can't get the pennies from there, you're just like, okay, I'll buy some other pennies in a similar colorway, or you'll go to eBay. Yeah. They aren't suited to this. You're a specialty store. It's what I face. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm this giant success. Nigga, sales are slow. Shit is down for me. And it's like, I have to find people who want eyewear and are willing to buy them on the internet, like, without trying them on. So it's hard to find a customer like that. And if I got cut off from, let's say, the best company, let's just say Cartier, for whatever reason, I was legally not able to get any Cartier frames, and that's all people ever hit me for, finito. I'm going back to a 9 to 5. So it just sucks, because you're in an economic downturn. The sneaker market as a whole is dead. Nike is producing garbage. Your collaborations ain't hitting like they used to. And now you're getting your cheeks clapped by the IRS and the government. It was a good run.
Shit.
And you should have took some of your own advice in a free game and got them niggas from the community in your store. Because niggas ain't coming now. There is one thing I wanted to touch on, though. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you think Nike is okay? Nike will be okay with an entity as big as the Whitaker Group no longer servicing them?
DTC. Fuck. I mean, honestly, if I was a company that manufactured a good and I saw that they were treating it poorly, it just makes people even angrier. It's bad enough every Saturday sneakers is trending. Now you have stores that are credibly doing dumb shit. Your name is associated with it. And AMM social status are directly linked with Nike. When they do a collaboration with some other company, it's kind of strange. Like, oh, that's crazy. Y'all did something like this. Y'all are a Nike kind of brand. They're basically a second party Nike entity. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Nike's probably like, yeah, we can live without y'all. I mean, y'all collabs are cool, but we can find somebody else. What about those loose laces guys? I don't know. But, I mean, speaking of their products, for the love of God, I started seeing people say, hold on to your AMM. Please do not listen to that. James Whitner is not popular enough to matter to people for his shoes to go up. It's not like a Virgil or Travis Scott where they are the face connected to the shoe. Exactly. They're the creative fire behind it. Them fives ain't moving, Slime.
Yeah, like he's not, on top of that, like he didn't die. He just invested in some Chinese coochie.
But even if he did die, I'd be like, damn, that's crazy. Shout out to my nigga. I'm still not buying them fives.
Shit, I am.
I'm talking about the white ones.
Yeah, I'm buying the white and the black ones.
I hope this disgusts people so much the niggas like, I don't even want them fucking fives no more.
I'm gonna burn them. No, send that size 13 my way. Or 14 and a half since they are women's size.
Which also didn't make sense to me. I don't understand why they keep doing these women's pairs. Like
inclusivity?
No, it's backwards because they have unisex. Like putting it women's first as far as sizing just doesn't make sense to me for a model like this. Just do extended sizes both ways. You're already doing family size and you have toddler, PS. I don't think they did GS. But you have all the fucking sizes. Why does it need to be women? And that sounds crazy like I'm sexist. But it's like this isn't the target demographic for this is not women.
They should do both ways. I wonder if them prostitutes was both ways.
This has been episode 7.
Nah, it's not even over. My bad, bro. Dog, like dog, they really about to clip my nigga, dog. They about to clip that nigga, bro. I'm not even talking about the feds. I'm just talking about Nike. Like, they about to get him all the way out the paint. If they caught so much heat for Tom Sachs, you really think they gonna give James any type of wiggle room? Like, Jordan gonna have to get up in there and like, yo, Phil Knight, yo, let me just
actually, you know what? This might be the test because I was like, I went through a bunch of different titles for the episode, and I had a different art for the episode. And it's just like, why are all the niggas connected directly to Jordan dirty? Because James is like his protege. He's dirty. Marcus is his son. He's a fucking imbecile. And then the niggas from Soulfly, notoriously dirty. And I think he's married to his daughter, or I forgot the connection to Jordan directly. But Soulfly is a fucking garbage shop. All three of those shops all have horrible business practices. Horrible shipping. I need a crazy board. All of these niggas are connected to Jordan and they act badly and no one cares. Because I remember the Soulfly ones. Everybody said something happened on that yacht and none of those shoes got to the people they were supposed to. I've heard a lot of fucking dirty stories about them.
It's Harvey Weinstein on that yacht.
Maybe. It's a shoe Harvey Weinstein. That's absolutely fucking horrible. I'm not going to make the connection because I will get sued for that. But everybody connected to Jordan is a dirty motherfucker. And now the test comes down to, will Nike clip his wings? Because at this point, they have to. They have to. You got human trafficking and meth dealing?
Bruh.
Guys, what do we do?
Dog. You got to do something. You have to. Like... Dog. James out here wilding. They mad at Kyrie. Phil Knight got on TV for Kyrie. That nigga finna get on television for James. Like, Jordan, you can't save this nigga.
You can't save this nigga.
Nah.
It's too many of these niggas doing this shit.
Bro, they about to do this nigga bad.
They not about to. He did himself bad. Dog, all he had to do. Can I make one more point?
Yes, of course. It's our show. Of course.
I talk a lot. This is what pisses me off the most about James. And this is why I was screaming about them fives. Like, I think it was last episode or episode before.
Nah.
This nigga sits up here and does those moody ass commercials. They tried to steal our wave, but we are the rave. Fuck you. I'm so fucking tired of you snake ass Tremaine Emory type niggas coming into places and talking about pro-black this, pro-black that. And I'm not going to say that James wasn't out here doing shit for the community.
Yeah, shout out to Be Social and everything, you know, community driven that he was doing.
But at the same time, I said it was hypocritical. It always felt hypocritical because you are a black success. You invest in black success, but you sell black plight. And that's never sat well with me. And now to know that you were out here doing this dirty shit, talking about business and ethics and calling out politicians while you're acting like a politician, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. You do all this grandstanding and you're out here breaking contracts. That's fucked up. You sit up here, you talk about how you want these things for the community, and then have the nerve to say that any suspicious orders will be canceled. But you let the suspicious niggas eat.
Nah, nigga, that nigga was a suspicious.
Exactly, that nigga was looking in the mirror. We stopping this. So. Nah, Slime, I got nothing for you. You was dead fucking wrong for doing all this shit. Like, I'm not talking about the most salacious shit. Just the fact that you were out here taking M's, doing all this shit, knowing that you got these big ass businesses, fucking them up. Because I didn't even talk about it. You got this nigga got a restaurant, you got a hotel, hotels, all this stupid shit, and it's like, dog, you could have taken that money and put it into actually keeping your business popping. You could have put that into making an organization that was run well, to be an example for the next little business nigga coming up. Because for me, whenever I get a chance to talk to people, let me take it back. My mother's first husband is my father, as far as I'm concerned. Because my father was a crackhead and a fucking bum. And he taught me everything about business, about learning from people's other mistakes. This nigga's a multimillionaire, hasn't been married to my mother in like almost 20 years. And he still gives me game. He still takes care of me because he wants to see his son grow. And he wants to see other people from the community grow. So he gives out free game and he gives out free money. I ain't gonna go into it, but this nigga is big bread. Very serious nigga. Mm-hmm. And he will take his time to talk to people and help small businesses and shit grow. So to see someone like that in my life, I thought James would be someone like that. And it's like, you could have led the forefront of how to run a business. Because there are a lot of people who want to get into business that don't know. So they could have had someone they could look up to. And you out here buying money, like getting money in mailboxes.
But that's not to say that's not what he was doing. Like, he's doing it according to how he knows it. Again, at the end of the day, he's still a street nigga. So he's going to look at it like, okay, I got my front, but I know I could make some paper on the back end. He's never gonna, that's never gonna leave his mind. So he's thinking, all right, if I front him, I don't know what he's doing. He's gonna do whatever it's gonna do back there. And then he's gonna give me my bread as long as I don't get too involved. They don't see me doing hand to hands or me knowing everything that's going on behind the curtain. I'm good. It wasn't until he got flagged for the 1.2 and he had to claim it. Oh yeah, this is my bread. Oh yeah, we got to go and see, because a couple transactions flagged on your account. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, this is like a $32 million operation you got going on. And sorry, my guy, you're a part of it now.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's just, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
It's disappointing because it's like, you sit up here, you try to make yourself this black leader, and then you do this stupid shit. And I'm not saying that he is a black leader, that he should be even followed in any way, shape, or form.
He is, man. He is.
I don't believe in black leaders.
No, he is, because at the end of the day, he was still, I do think in the heart of hearts of what he was trying to do when he's saying, okay, back when we didn't even know who Jerlisa was, when she stood up during the conference and she was like, well, where's the clothes for black women? And she was talking to him. when he was up on stage after getting recognized, and his free game became like a focal point of that. Nigga, we sat down and watched that hour and a half, almost it was almost like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he is still that, but it really puts a stain on what this nigga was actually doing. Because now, how much do we want to believe that you was really giving us game? Yeah, this is, I ain't gonna say, it's nothing like, the Lakers winning the chip in the bubble, but you just look at them funny like...
No, you funny in the light, and I think that's what upsets me the most. But along with that, you had all these opportunities to keep a well-oiled machine going. Like, I'm not gonna be mad at a nigga for getting his money, but I am gonna be mad at a nigga for being deceitful to the public while also trying to be an upstanding character. You can't sit up here and, again, allegedly, if this was all the raffle stock, do all this shit and talk about how this is for community equity, this is a story behind this. Like, I think what's really set me off is for them to have the What's Done in the Dark campaign.
Oh my God.
And now it comes to light. I'm just saying, my nigga, if you want to try to be the philanthropic, whatever the fuck this...
Philanthropist?
Yeah, but like...
Philanthropic.
The philanthropic businessman... You set yourself up, my nigga. I don't know. I just get so tired of every time we have a nigga that's supposed to be championing for black people, you get a Ben Crump type nigga that's just an ambulance chaser. That's out for self. And like I said, I don't believe in black leaders because Malcolm X said it best. Where the fuck are the white leaders? Why are musicians these people? Why are these people this? I'm not saying they don't exist. It's just a concept I don't believe in.
I get what you're saying. I understand like this show. Like me personally. Like I know we gonna make our jokes, but I'm not gonna sit up here. Like, I don't want to kick the nigga back in. Just like we have to speak on it. We're obligated to now. But in all honesty, I really do hate to see some shit like this happen because this was a nigga that people looked up to because we need niggas like him in this space.
Yeah, to see a nigga that came from a situation that's similar to a lot of people, it feels good to see a nigga win. And it's not like, oh, I made it in the league or I was rapping. Nah, nigga, I did business. That's the kind of shit I like to hear.
Yeah, like you want to hear a nigga that sound like a Jay-Z album that just don't rhyme. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's good, at least from my standpoint. And so it's very sad to see a nigga get caught up in this and what it'll do for future collaborators or just anyone that wants to get
future businessmen, future Nike retailer. Like it's more so,
nigga, just the culture.
Yeah, I'm hurt because I'm disappointed. I want better for niggas. I want better for shit in general. I want to see niggas win without having to be shitty about it. Like, they say every great fortune is a great crime behind it. You always have to do something. But just because you did it that one time doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. Like, I'm not going to be mad at a nigga like, yo, I found some money off a Brinks truck. I used that to start Acme Co. And it's what it is.
Yeah, that was a lick.
Now, if you like, every week I know that Brink truck's going to hit that thing and I'm going to rob it, then it's like, you want some other shit.
Yeah, that's dead presidents.
Yeah, well, no. Dead presidents. Them niggas were stupid. Niggas didn't research shit and got blown away. I watched that shit again like, yo, that's crazy. These niggas was done. They deserve what happened. Lorenz Tate deserved to die in that movie. He's just a dickhead. Bitch, you pregnant? How? You was fucking. You got a crackhead on the team. Yeah, no, that nigga, I mean, he be drunk out, but he cool. Nigga all fucked up. And then
hey, little side story. One time, this was freshman year. I went to this party. Of course, there was underage drinking. Whatever. It was college.
Okay.
Anyways, nigga, first of all, I will never drink with Africans again. Niggas tried to kill me. All right, fucking Jamaican rum. But anyways, I was fucked up. So anyways, like I was throwing up all night. This was when we were in the dorm and the door didn't lock. Mm-hmm. So this nigga Justin came in the room like 8, 9 in the morning was trying to wake me up and said my eyes were halfway open and I wasn't even like laying down on the bed. I was sitting up and my eyes was halfway open and I looked like Chris Tucker, Dead Presidents, when he found him in the couch looking at Soul Train. Nigga, I was in that bitch just, like mad throw up all on my shirt in my pillow.
Ew, I'd have left you to die.
Son, I was just glad I ain't Elvis myself.
Nah. Alright, let's finish this up with a horrible story. So, also, Jamaican rum. I'm in Canada. I'm 23. I've never drunk rum before. So, I'm up there with my nigga Terry. I believe he was Jamaican. Jamaican Canadian. This nigga didn't speak unless he needed to, but he was lit that night. He's like, Davon, you gotta come drink with me, man. I'm like, we like 1 or 3 black niggas in this party. I'm gonna drink with my nigga. Son, that shit hit my lips and I just started teleporting. Like, I was already lit. But I drank the rum and I remember I blinked my eyes and I'm sitting in a circle of white girls. And one of them stole my hat and then somebody, I ain't gonna say what I said because it was truly horrible. But I insulted the shit out of this girl and then I had a friend say, no, it's okay. I blinked my eyes again. I was sitting at the table drinking some more and niggas are cheering me on. I blink again. I'm laid out and my friends are picking me up by my head, taking pictures with me. I blink one more time. I'm on a couch. And shout out to my nigga Justin. He was the nicest guy ever. I love that it's both Justins and they're both small, but this one's white and Canadian. I wake up on the couch and it's a loving note. They said, you raged. You threw up on yourself. You threw up everywhere down here. We washed your face, we cleaned the throw up, and we put you on the couch and tucked you in. And I'm just like, these Canadian niggas are the nicest niggas ever, because I'd have beat my ass and robbed.
Shoot, so are Morgan State niggas if you're around the right people, because Lord knows, when I first got drunk, all I remember was the person who monitors the dorm rooms came into the room. We was all hiding out in one joint. It was like 15 just random. Like, it just all niggas the girls.
In a circle jerk.
Nah, niggas was hiding. So, because you can't find out that niggas is drinking in dorms.
Right.
And then on top of that, it was like past curfew. It was past 10. And so we was having a whole party. Man, I was in that joint hiding. It was this girl that I kind of thought was cute. I remember I was like licking her back. Like, shit was wild.
Nah, them dorms got wild. I love that this is how we end a very serious episode.
I mean, he had to add like a little bit of levity. We always add levity.
Yeah, we always gonna have fun.
But yeah, that's besides the point. Anyways, any final thoughts, man?
Chinese niggas. Yeah. Don't get caught up. You know what's funny? Sneaker Queen called me today and she was like, yo, you still talk to Han? And I'm like, is she being funny right now?
Dog.
What if Han is involved in this shit?
If Han is involved, yo, blast from the past. That nigga came up.
Yeah, Han is definitely involved. Y'all will not know who that is. Just know that nigga, well, the day I met that nigga, he had on a big ass ring, like a diamond and gold ring, and he was like, this is from sneakers.
Bro, the first time I met that nigga,
this was 07.
Yes, that nigga had on Sabotage dunks and about 3 pairs of black and red 11s in the trunk.
Nigga, he showed me the Michael Lau dunks.
Yeah, in the wood box.
Yeah. Look, them Chinese niggas are serious, and they got big bread. But we now know where that big bread is coming from, allegedly. Don't get caught up. Shout out, Han.
Chinese Gucci.
Shut up, nigga. All right.
Peace.